people, and welcome back to AJTV. Today I have something a little interesting for you guys. We have a story time, and this story time is going to be about my first DL experience. Before we get into this story time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you are notified any and every time that I post a video. And also don't forget to follow me on all my socials. I'm literally everywhere. But yeah, without any further ado, let's get right into this video. Back to what we're talking about. Okay, so like I said, so around this time, I had just got in a relationship with this boy or whatever, and me and him got pretty serious. So I was on my loyal stuff, y'all. So one day I get a text from Christian, basically just somehow up. He was like, oh, he misses me. To the person I was dating at this time, I truly loved you dearly, and I mean no ill will. If you're watching this, I mean like no ill will. Like, this was in the past. This was just like it's just for like a short little time. It was nothing serious. But like when I was talking to him, I was like, not gonna lie, I low-key miss you too. But like, I was happy with the person I was talking to at the time. So of course I didn't really pursue anything else with him. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It was like I was texting Christian at night, like when we had the whole little message thread. And it was so odd because usually if he wanted to like text me something like that, he would text me on Snapchat or Instagram or something. Like, he would text me much more on Snapchat when the message gonna delete. But like, he was like actually like texting my phone. And I was like, oh my god, like this is crazy. And like I still have the messages, and like I used to just like look at those messages, and I was like, dang, like he was like he's really is like a sweet person. And I'm like, man. After that, I was like, my home is happy, and I would hate to destroy this happy home. So he was like, whenever you decide to if you ever decide to move on from that home, I'm here. And I was like, oh my god. And y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not even a crier, but that night, like, I cried. I'm not gonna lie, I like cried, because I was like, dang, like this boy was like, we had our moments, but like he was really like one of the low-key, like, now I'm thinking about it, he was like low-key one of like the first people first dudes that actually talk to. Like, all other dudes like I used to mess with, like, that were like actually like openly homosexual and LGBTQ, they were cool and everything, but like I wasn't feeling them how I was feeling Christian. I was like, man, I don't know, I like really like you or something, I don't know. But anyways, so a few months after that, me and the boy I was talking to ended up breaking up. So I was back single. I was pretty much single for the summer. At this time, I started doing more things around the school anyway. So I was at the school a lot more, like, during the summer. And I just remember that Christian, he was having practice or something during one of the times I was at the school. And I was texting him, he was texting me, and he was like, oh, you should meet me after I got to practice. And I was like, oh, but I'm gonna be doing this thing around this time, so I really can't. He was like, okay, but just sneak off then. Oh my god, y'all, honestly, that was low-key. That moment, that week that I was at the school, like, every day, and he was there, he was texting me every day. He was like, hey, when can we meet? And I was like, I wanted to meet him so bad deep down. But I also knew that I couldn't leave like practice or whatever. And honestly, it was that week right there that really like sort of solidified what the rest of me and his relationship would be like. After that, I think he sort of felt like I was like not taking him serious anymore, or like I was trying to avoid him, and like I didn't want to see him for real. And honestly, like I get it, because I really would. Like, it did sound like I was making excuses, but like I like really like I could not leave. Like I really couldn't. Like I couldn't see you, Bookie. I'm sorry. So after that, at school, I think school got ready to start back. So around this time, he was doing something. He did something different with his hair, and he just looked it like he looked it so good. Like he was like literally, he was like the most beautiful man I've ever seen. And when I seen him, I was like, oh my God. So I texted him. I was like, oh my God, you know, I like your hair and everything. I like, you look good, whatever. He was like, thank you, whatever. And yeah, after that, he was like, so parking lot. And I was like, yes, parking lot.
Oh, what you said? Queen.
Mind you, I haven't seen this man in like months because like I said, I have been in a relationship with this boy, so I haven't seen him forever. And like this is my like first time like actually like seeing him like, you know, up close and everything. Y'all, we got in that car and oh my God, a time was had. Okay, a time was had. Like, oh my God,
Oh, I miss my man.
Girl, oh my God.
I'm tired of this shit.
But yeah, a time was had. A time was definitely had. And you know, not like reminiscing or anything, because like I said, it was nice or whatever. Like I said, we got in that car. He put me in his lap. Oh my God, I'm getting a lot of detail, and I probably shouldn't give y'all this much detail, but hey, I trust y'all. We're in this together. He puts me in his lap. We get to work in the back seat. I put my lips on mine. I put my lips on his. He puts his lips on mine. We get to feeling, touching. And once again, Kisses Down Low by Kelly Rowland started playing in my head. And we do what we do. And that's just that. Then after that, you know, we're back just, you know, texting casually. You know what I'm saying? We're back, you know, the casual FaceTime. And you know, like we're sort of getting back to like the way we were. And I don't know, I just like one day I just randomly I just stopped texting him. Because a lot of times when it came to him, I usually would text first. And like he would just like respond and we just keep the conversation going. But like I stopped texting him, and like it was very rare that he would text me first. I would have to like do something to make him text me first. He would not just text me like on some like, hey, how you doing, what you up to all night. Like no, that was like me. And low key, that when I noticed that was like what I was doing, I honestly should just stopped everything there. But hey, I was easy for love. Something happened and we just stopped talking then. And I don't remember what exactly happened, but something happened that we stopped talking. And like we didn't talk for like a long time. During that time that we stopped talking, I started talking to one of his friends. And like I start like talking and kicking it with him. So I'm like, oh, you know, blah 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 blah. Because mind you, the friend is also undercover. So like I said, the friend also like, well, yeah. So the friend is also undercover. And I know like they knew about each other or anything like that. But all I know is I really didn't care. The friend was fine. And when I see fine, I get easy. Okay.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, so I started talking to the friend. I started kicking it with him. Not much really went on with the friend though, because the friend was, I don't know, he really wasn't like, he didn't do it for me like Christian did it for me. And I don't know, I missed him. I missed Christian. I don't know. Maybe like a month after school started, I was at work one day and I was with my boy best friend. And like I said, we worked together. So one night we were just chilling at work, and one of his exes ended up pulling up to my job or whatever. So we all outside, we all just kicking it, chilling, everything. we all just kicking, we're chilling it, and like we just chatting up outside. You know what I'm saying? We got a few drinks and everything like that. So we're just chilling. And my boy best friend, he goes like back in the store because I guess like we're finna. I think we got like a customer or something, so he had to handle the customer. So I'm just outside talking to his ex, and I was just telling him like, you know, he's also, you know, of the LGBTQ. So he was talking about, you know, people he used to talk to in the area, and he had mentioned that he used to talk to like 2 people from my school. And he was like, oh, they were DL, but they were also athletes. And I was like, wait a minute. That's a little, you know, that's a little specific. That's a little close. So like I asked him like, oh, so like who are these people? Now he didn't tell me the other boy, but he told me about like this boy that he used to text, that he's going to my school, and said that we was texting, we was, you know, talking back and forth on Snapchat, all that good stuff. And I'm like, so who is this boy? He goes to Snapchat, y'all. Lo and behold, guess who I see in his Snapchat, like recent messages? Why do I see Christian in this man's recent messages? When I tell y'all, I was like, Grandma was so hurt. Grandma was so hurt. I wasn't even hurt that the fact that the ex was talking to him, because like the ex was telling me, he was like, oh, but like, you know, he's stubborn and everything, like he really don't be like mess with people for real, like he was saying that he wasn't messing with him for real, like he was stubborn. But as we're steady talking, he's telling me like, oh yeah, my other friend, like he was talking to him too, and like he knew this other boy that was talking to him, and he was like, well, he like real popular with the gays. I'm like, real popular with the gays? Hold up, wait a minute, because last time I checked, he told me that like I was one on people that he was ever like really messing with. So I'm finding out that you basically like the DL of the city. Anyways, y'all, it's storming here, so if y'all hear some thunder and rain and lightning and stuff outside, don't worry about it. It's getting a little rough out here in these streets. He was like, he just telling me like all this stuff about people that he used to talk to, and I'm like, oh, this man is like, he's like the DL of the city or something, huh? You're real popular with the gays. So I'm just like, oh, okay. So I text him, and I'm like, so like, do you know this person? And I'm like I tell him the name of like my boy best friend's ex, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about, like don't come with that weird stuff. And I'm like, okay, so you do know what I'm talking about, because I just like, I've been talking to this boy long enough to read him. It don't take me long enough to know how to read a person. And first of all, he's easy to read. Like he's very easy to read. So I know like certain things he says when he's lying, and like I'm like, sir, I know you. And like, I know you're lying right now. I know like you're like pulling my balls right now. You know who this is. So I address him, but I'm like, so apparently like you like real popular with the gays in the city or something. And he tells me some BS. I don't remember exactly what the conversation was, but all I remember is like we got to like going back and forth. It was a lot. We got to doing a lot in those messages. And I was like, you know, you're weird. You're weird. Like you sitting here telling me one thing, but I'm getting a different story from literally every single gay in the city. I'm sitting here doing stuff with you, and you're telling me that you don't mess with nobody else and that you're a virgin and everything. But how does every single like gay person in the city know about you? He's just telling me all this stuff and everything, and I'm like, I don't believe you. I honestly don't plan on believing anything else you're telling me. The thing, and like another thing about Christian, like if you address something to him that he does not want to be addressed, he's going to give you straight attitude. He's going to shut you out completely and just brush you off like you don't even matter. That conversation right there really just like sort of did it for me, because I was like, okay, you're weird. I'm done with you. I don't want to talk to you anymore. You can go be a whore with honestly anybody else, because I don't have time for this. I don't have time for your shenanigans, your BS, or any of that. And as all the stuff I was saying those messages though, like I was like matching his energy, because usually when I was talking to him, like I didn't like, he would be rude and I would just be like, I would just like kind of be like, you know, I'm sorry, like I didn't mean to, I'm sorry, blah blah blah. I would be like real, like I don't know, something about him just made me so like such a submissive person, and I hate that for me. But like, yeah, things he would say, I would just try like my hardest to just keep from getting mad. And like whenever he would get mad, I would try to like bring it back down some notches, calm him down, and all this good stuff. And it worked most of the time, you know what I'm saying? But this time, like, I really was not trying to calm anything down. I didn't want anything to be fixed, because you've been lying to me. For mind you, at this point, I have been like on and off messing with this boy for a few like years now. So the fact that I'm finding all this stuff out after a few years, and until like when you've been messing with these people, I don't wanna mess with you anymore, because now I feel like you are just a liar and I can't believe anything you say now. After that, me and him really just stopped talking for real. Like we would do streaks. Like usually he used to open my streaks, I would open his. I stopped opening his, he stopped opening mine. We'd just send them back and forth every day, and that's the most communication we got. And unfortunately, like I had to see him every day in class, because we had a class together. So I had to see him literally every single day. And I don't know about y'all, but it is so hard to see a person that you used to talk to like on the regular, like every day. It is so hard to stay no contact with them. Yeah, like you're a liar and everything, you're like a manipulator, but like you're sexy too, and like that kind of cancels everything else out.
No. I said no. You can kill all that right now. Like at this moment, stop.
Like we're close, and you just had to lie. So yeah, it was hard having to see him every day, and really like trying hard like to stand on business and like not contact him, because like I don't know, it was just like it was so hard. But then, you know, me being me, I text him, because he had posted on his story. Oh my god, he had posted on his story, and it was just him straight shirtless, looking real scrum-dilly-umptious, and I was like, oh my god, I missed this, I need this back. I text that phone, I replied to that story, I slide up, I said, hey, whatever happened in the past is in the past. We don't have to keep this going, okay? After I text him, we low-key back on like some friendly type stuff. So we start back texting on Snapchat, like low-key. Like we just start snapping back and forth, you know. He starts sending me, you know, I asked for a little video of him, he asked for a little video of me. And you know, I was just being real fast and grown at the time. I believe that next day, or like a few days after that, we ended up like back in my car, and that ended up being the last time, because after that time, I don't know, things just got like real weird between me and him. Like he stopped texting. Anytime I would text him, he would give me like a real dry response, or like a real like, he would get smart and just like a real like, he'd be like real rude. So then he ends up telling me, he's like, oh well, I started talking to this girl or whatever. And I'm like, oh okay, that would have been nice to know, instead of just, you know, giving me all these dry messages and just you know, just being like freaking weird. You could have like told me that you are with somebody, and I would have kindly left you alone. I was like, you know, so now that you got a girlfriend or whatever, like where do we stand? What's going to happen with this? And then he said something that like really like pissed me off real bad. It was something like real smart, like smart at the mouth, because he was a real like smart aleck when it come down to stuff like that. And like he would just say stuff that like real slick at the mouth. And like usually I would let it slide, and I'm like, okay. But this time no, because he was being real weird. And he said, I was like, okay, don't be weird, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, he's like, how is being loyal weird, or something like that. When he started saying all that stuff, like I was like, okay, I know where this is gonna go. We're done here, and you can keep doing you or whatever, but I don't got time for this. So I was like, you know, I'm not doing this anymore. You know, you can do you, I'ma do me. He was telling me like, I shouldn't have to tell you like where I stand if I'm in a relationship with somebody and all that stuff. I'm like, okay, but like I don't think you're seeing this how I'm seeing this, because we've been doing this for like a couple of, like me and you, we've been like literally on and off for like years now, and you think I'm just supposed to like what like just tell me like, are we still cool? Like, do you not want to be cool in emotions? You're in a relationship with this girl? Like, I just wanted, like, I low-key just wanted like closure of like where we stood, and he just acted as if that was too much to ask for. I saw him every day and I just never paid him any mind. And then a few weeks went by, well actually no, a few months went by actually, and I was like, well no, actually no, a few months didn't go by. It was a few weeks because he had just got with the girl, but something like, we had a conversation in class about something. I was trying to see, honestly, I wasn't even trying to be on like no cheating with him on his girlfriend type stuff. I just wanted to ask him. I was like, so how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Everything. And I think I was like, I didn't really ask him anything like that. I think I asked him like, what did I ask him? I was like, can you send me this shirt or something? I was like, yeah, it was something stupid. But I had just like, can you send me this shirt or something? And he had sent a question mark, and I was like, no, the shirt on your thing. And he was like, no, I'm not doing all that. I'm like, okay, you're weird, and like, you don't have to be so rude about it. And he was like, how am I? He said something real. He was like, how can I be rude to you when I don't even interact with you?
And
Oh, your role, okay? Because what are you being so mean for? Like, why are you being so weird? And then I was like, what do you mean? Like, what you being weird for? And he was like, oh, I didn't know being loyal was being weird. And I'm like, you know what? I don't got time for this. You do you. I don't even care. I don't want anything else from you. I just want some closure. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to know, like, where do we stand? The thing about him, like, after we take out like our little long breaks or whatever, like from not talking, he would just act like this is our first time meeting or something. And I'm like, we have literally been like sneaking around doing stuff for the past like few years, and you just gonna act like that doesn't mean anything at all, and like you don't even consider how that might like make somebody feel about you. Then like, are we cool? Are we not cool? Like, is it beef? Is it not beef? Like, where do we stand? And he was like, oh, I don't have no problem with you. Anything you think is in your head. And I'm just like, okay, so I don't even care about this no more. You do you. If you cool, I'm cool, and then hey, we're cool, I guess. So since then, I guess we're just cool. I mean, I have no ill will towards him. I don't believe he has any ill will towards me. I think, you know, we're both pretty cool and pretty solid and happy where we're at, and I'm okay with that. And if we ever do happen to, you know, cross paths again in the future, hey, who knows what the future holds, honestly. After that, we have just not texted since. We still do streaks, you know what I'm saying? We haven't spoken to each other since then. And yeah, we're just two people living in the world. But yeah, that is my little story time about my first DL. And mind you, in between like these years, when I was talking to him, like I said, we were on and off. So we were never really like fully like just with like we never really just fully like ever committed to each other. Like, that was never the case. But like in that time frame, I was messing with like other people. Like I said, I got in a relationship with a whole another person, and after that I was talking to a few other DL people. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want story time about that, we can really talk about it, because I have a few stories about these DL men. I ain't gonna lie, I do have a type out here. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification button, so you will notify any and every time I drop a new video. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Bye.
You said I can't trust in you.
I know what you are. Yeah. Yeah. You look good. Yeah, you do.